Okay, now we're talking about all of these, back to the show with estrogen. So estrogen then is actually, synthetic estrogen then is really not the way to go, is it?
No, and it's interesting because when you use the word synthetic, people, Premarin's actually called a natural hormone. Well, it is. It's natural for horses.
Right.
But one of the things that happens in Premarin is not only you're getting the estradiol, but you're getting all the equine hormones as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So which don't match our body chemistry, and some women don't do as well on.
So now you're taking all of these things then that the body doesn't need.
Correct. And furthermore, you're taking it orally, and the liver actually destroys up to, in some women, 90% of the estrogen.
Amazing.
Now, for some women, one of the things that can do is actually decrease the total cholesterol. I don't want to go off into that. So
Sure.
that can actually have some benefits, but Premarin is not the way I would go. So I would like to talk a little bit about other estrogens. There are plant estrogens,
okay.
Plant-based estrogens. Soy is one of the ones that is certainly getting a lot of press.
So a lot of natural ones then they can
There
be taken.
are a lot of natural ones. Certainly herbs have a type of estrogenic effect in the body as well. I don't recommend, however, taking a lot of soy. Now it's interesting because soy, and including taking certain aspects of it, which is what's happening now. And here's the other extreme, the alternative world, how they work with this a lot of times. There'll be 1 week study with 6 rats, and the next week, all of a sudden, you've got supplements being sold to everybody for something that really hasn't been proven.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Not too.
Right. So they've taken some genistein in some studies, which is one of the isoflavones that comes from soy, and a lot of women are taking this now in huge amounts. And they applied that to breast cancer cells, and it increased the growth.
Wow.
Which says to me, you've got to be very careful when you extract one thing from a food, because food,
Exactly.
it's put together in a certain way for a reason.
Exactly. That's right. So where does a person go then? Where do they go to find what to take then for their body? That's the thing. I know there's many of things, but what would be just a real good point to tell our viewers right now?
Okay, well, I really feel that the basis for health, I don't care what else I do with somebody.
Sure.
When a woman comes in to see me, before she comes in to see me, she writes down everything she eats for a week.
Very good.
I have her fill out a long questionnaire, and we sit down for a full hour before we make the decisions on what she has to do for the rest of her life.
Very good.
I think that, everyone's confused again, even including about diets.
Sure they are.
I don't know if you saw when McDougall and Barry Sears and Atkins and I can't remember who else were all on TV together just arguing, and they all had one saying do all protein, someone saying don't do any fat. I really think is more of a midline approach is really what we need to do, and just stop with this craziness.
Exactly, because there's so much craziness out there. You shouldn't take this, you should take that.
And stress. Stress is going to affect the hormones.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Exactly. So we have to take all these things into consideration then.
Right.
And I think they say, well, I think sometimes a patient will go in and they'll say, well, you need synthetic estrogen, or you need soy, you go to alternative, or you need this, or you need that. So in other words, you got to look at each patient as an individual. I like your approach though, writing down what they've ate for the whole week.
That's right. People don't realize, but food is the most powerful chemical they'll ever eat.
That's true.
I see food as fuel. I enjoy food.
Exactly.
I have gone to extremes. There was a time I was a vegetarian for 15 years. I didn't eat sugar for 7 years. I was very unhealthy.
Right.
And I went to the other extreme. Well, now I think that in my case, being extreme is also unhealthy.
That's right.
And I think chocolate occasionally is fine. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We just have to balance it out. What I see, though, are women, when I'm looking at their diets, they're not eating a good breakfast. They're not eating a lunch. They'll eat sometimes. They won't even eat till dinner. Or they're choosing like all these non-fat foods, which frankly I'm very suspicious of.
Me too. Exactly.
And I want to give your viewers an example of what I would consider a good breakfast.
Okay, go ahead.
Oatmeal.
Absolutely, I agree.
One of my favorites is I have oatmeal, and I particularly like steel cut. Get steel cut oatmeal. I put some prunes in there. I put some almonds in there, and pure maple syrup with a little bit of soy milk. It's a great breakfast.
You eat my breakfast.
That's right. And then a couple hours later, I might have a hard-boiled egg. By the way, hard-boiled eggs are not going to raise your cholesterol.
I agree with you.
It's a misconception. Eggs are a very good source of protein. And people aren't getting enough protein early in the day. Protein wakes up the brain.
I agree with you.
So it's
totally
really
agree with
important. So I'm kind of a nosher.
Good.
All
I
day
like that.
long, I just
like
kind of
that.
fueling myself throughout the day. Macadamia nuts. See, all these things that
Good
we
fats.
stopped eating, right? We were told don't eat fat. So
Right.
everyone's like not eating fat.
Right.
Macadamia nuts have been shown to have incredible oils in them.
Absolutely.
The omega-3. I mean, they're incredible.
No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
See, we don't need enough fats in our diet, and that is a problem. Or they're
Enough
saying-
good fats.
Enough good fats, because everybody's saying, well, non-fat, non-fat, non-fat. You know, I have a lot of patients that come in to see me, and I find out what they eat, and after I start working with them, and I start changing their diet around a lot and start giving them adjustments, you know, a lot of the problems that they have, other health problems that they're having, they just start clearing up.
That's right.
Because they're getting their body into balance again.